Castlevania is a horror action adventure animated series set in a dark fantasy medieval world loosely based on the video game series of the same name released on Netflix. So you hardcore nerds, chill the fuck out that the animated series set here is separate from the game's lore, characters, and plot, and that's a good thing because someone like me and anyone else who doesn't know the lore can simply invest in this one and done story being told here. Anyway, Castlevania Season 4 is about how Dracula's influence looms large as Belmont and Sypha investigate plans to resurrect the notorious vampire. Alucard struggles to embrace his humanity, while other characters such as Carmilla and Hector have different agendas now, parting ways with the vampire lord. Speaking of the story, Season 4 is the final season in the overall series, and I must say, it ties up plenty of the major characters' arc perfectly, although there are some loose threads here and there, but it won't be a deterrent to your overall enjoyment and satisfaction when it's all said and done. As sad as it is to say farewell to these beloved characters, it's better to ride off the sunset on a high note than to drag it on any longer than it should be. That being said, the narrative is nicely paced all throughout and brings many of the major characters who branched out in Season 3 to reunite with one another here, with our favorite trio kicking ass in the final act. Trevor Belmont is still a man with a sarcastic tone and just ready to be done with all the vampire slaying. I found myself laughing every time he opened his mouth in exhaustion after wiping out some vampires, and his VA performance was outstanding. Hell, all of the performances here with the voice acting was incredible. Carmilla's VA, especially in episode 6, was fantastic, and I would be a fool not to highlight how great Sypha sounded as well. Because I am a man of culture, I was intrigued to watch one of the episodes with the Japanese VA giving it their all, and while impressive, I still have to say out of the two, I preferred watching this in English. Sypha, who also joins Trevor throughout the journey in Season 4, finds herself picking up some of Trevor's smartass tone as she too is exhausted with all of this shit thrown in front of her.
What did you just say?
I said shit, okay?
People who are upset at how dirty they treated Hector in Season 3 will be pleasantly surprised at how well his character is redeemed here in Season 4. Some of his actions I found myself pleasantly surprised with, considering how neutered they made him in the previous season. But honestly, if you were in his shoes, would you complain?
Yeah, boy.
Shit, she's hot. God damn. Isaac, the other Forge Master in this series, is still one of my favorite as he continues his philosophical approach to finding meaning in his life. While Isaac tries to find some agency in his life after following Dracula's command for so long, one of my favorite moments for me in this season was when Isaac converses with the monster about going against their very nature. Carmilla continues to be deliciously evil, while she tries to rule just not a nation of Europe, but all of the world, and her reasoning on why she continues this never-ending thirst of power didn't seem one note at all, and I found myself feeling bad for her character at times. Although you won't hear her shut up about maps throughout this season.
I'm the one you need to know, I'm the map.
We get it, Carmilla, shut up! One last character highlight I wanted to bring up here was the son of Dracula himself, Alucard, and considering how sad his arc didn't go anywhere exciting back in Season 3, it's great to see how some of the best action sequences in Season 4 involved only Alucard, and I mean shit. He probably takes out some of the most diverse and interesting character designs in terms of the creatures and monsters seen here. While Alucard is dragged into the looming threat of what's happening here in Season 4, I loved where his character arc goes, regaining his sense of humanity again. The side characters, new and old, I found myself pleasantly surprised with, especially with their ambiguous moral compass changing here and there and how they made an overall impact on the series finale. Now, I can't believe it's taken me this long to talk about the animation. The animation is arguably the most impressive thing in all of Castlevania. It goes without saying it's the best it has ever looked throughout the entire series, and everything you see here is fluid and breathtaking.
Damn!
It's beautiful, what the f? Look at how hot these characters are! Waifu number 1, waifu number 2, waifu number 3. He looks good and he looks good, and good lord, I am questioning my sexuality staring at you.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What you see here in the trailer is only a small bite-sized appetizer at just how much of a visual marvel it is for your eyes, with episode 6 and episode 9 clearly standing out as the most impressive. I mean shit, they threw all the production budget into the audience's faces with those 2 episodes alone. Powerhouse Animation Studios should really be proud at how stunning this looks, and I don't care what some of you morons may say, even if this technically isn't an anime, it rivals and looks better than a lot of the anime competition I have seen so far in 2021. The music is suspenseful when it needs to be and emotionally gripping during the moments where it counts, but I will say I was the most impressed with the sound design even more. The way you hear Trevor's Morningstar clash against enemies pack a punch, I felt the burn and freeze of Sypha's magical attacks, and the gushing blood oozing from the demons being decapitated every time oddly sounded satisfying as it should. Yes, as it should. Anyway, Castlevania Season 4 is a must-watch for fans of the series, people who want to marvel at the gorgeous eye candy animation.
Yeah, boy.
Let's not forget the waifus too now, and it left a satisfying conclusion to many of the characters' arcs, whether they died or lived fighting for what they believed in. So check it out.